Have told you countless times, Father left everything to me. Stop begging me for money.
3 days after her father was buried, her own sister took everything and left her with nothing. No food, no home, no one. For days, Zainab didn't eat. Weak, hungry, forgotten, and just when she thought it couldn't get worse, the truth she was never meant to know was hidden in one letter. A letter that would destroy everything her sister built. Because Zainab was never the unwanted child, she was the rightful heir. Stay with me. This story will break you and then heal you. Let me take you to where it all began.
Zainab still remembered the exact moment everything fell apart, the moment her life changed forever. The moment she realized that the people she called family were never truly hers. It was the day her father was buried. The house was filled with quiet whispers and fake sympathy, people dressed in black pretending to mourn. But behind all of it there was tension, something cold and hidden, something waiting to happen. And she didn't understand it yet. Not until 3 days later when her sister, Tola, called her into the living room, the same living room where their father used to sit and laugh, where he used to remind them that no matter what happened, family would always come first. But that day those words meant nothing. Tola was seated with 2 lawyers, her face calm but distant, like she had already made up her mind long before that moment. Zainab sat down slowly, confused but hopeful, hoping this was just a misunderstanding, hoping her sister would still look at her with love, but instead she got silence, cold and heavy, as one of the lawyers opened a file and began to read. His voice flat and emotionless as he announced that all of Chief Adewale's properties, businesses, and wealth had been transferred entirely to Tola. And in that moment Zainab felt her chest tighten as if the air had been pulled out of the room. She tried to speak, her voice trembling as she asked what about her? What about her share? What about everything their father promised? But Tola didn't hesitate. She didn't even look at her as she answered with a cruel calmness that she had nothing, absolutely nothing. And before Zainab could process the words, before she could even defend herself, Tola stood up and ordered her to be thrown out. Just like that. No explanation, no mercy. Within minutes her belongings were dumped into a small bag and she was pushed out of the only home she had ever known. The door slammed behind her, and with it her entire world disappeared. That night she sat on the cold streets of Lagos, staring into the darkness, her mind filled with questions that had no answers, wondering what she did wrong, wondering why her own sister hated her so much, and most of all wondering why her father would leave her with nothing. The nights were long and cruel, each day blending into the next as hunger became her constant companion and survival became her only goal. She learned quickly that the world outside was not kind. People ignored her, stepped over her, treated her like she didn't exist, and slowly the girl she used to be began to fade, replaced by someone quieter, someone stronger but deeply broken. Weeks passed and hope started to feel like a distant memory until one evening when the rain fell harder than ever, soaking her clothes and weighing down her already tired body. She sat under a broken shelter shivering, her strength almost gone, when a voice called out to her, soft but firm. A voice she didn't recognize but somehow trusted. She looked up and saw an elderly woman standing there holding an umbrella. Her eyes filled not with pity but with something deeper, something familiar. The woman reached out and told her to come with her. And despite everything Zainab had been through, despite all the reasons to be afraid, she stood up and followed her. That decision would change everything. The woman introduced herself as Mama Saad and took Zainab to her small home in a quiet village far away from the chaos of the city. For the first time in weeks Zainab ate warm food, slept on a real bed and felt safe. But there was something unusual about Mama Saad. The way she looked at Zainab, the way she watched her like she was remembering something she had lost a long time ago. Sometimes she would call her by another name, Amina, and each time Zainab corrected her. But Mama Saad would just smile in a way that felt like she knew something Zainab didn't. Days turned into weeks, and the bond between them grew stronger. Until one night when Mama Saad finally decided to tell the truth. She brought out an old wooden box hidden away for years, her hands shaking as she opened it. Inside were photographs, letters, and documents that carried secrets long buried. She handed one photograph to Zainab, and the moment she saw it her heart stopped. It was her father standing beside a woman who looked exactly like her. Same face, same eyes, same everything. Confusion filled her mind as she whispered that it was her. But Mama Saad shook her head and told her the truth, that the woman in the picture was her mother, her real mother, a woman named Amina who had once been the true wife of Chief Adewale, a woman who died protecting her. The words hit Zainab like a storm as everything she thought she knew began to fall apart. She asked about Tola, her voice barely above a whisper, and Mama Saad revealed the final truth that shattered everything. Tola was not his real daughter. She was adopted, and somehow she had taken everything that never belonged to her. Zainab sat there in silence as tears filled her eyes, realizing that her entire life had been a lie, that she was never the unwanted child, never the burden. She was the rightful heir, the only true daughter, and the life she lost had been stolen from her. But the truth didn't end there. Mama Saad handed her one final document, the original will, untouched and undeniable proof of everything that had been hidden. In that moment, something changed inside Zainab. The broken girl who once cried on the streets was gone, replaced by someone stronger, someone ready to fight back. And so she returned to Lagos, not as a victim but as the truth itself. When she stepped back into that house, everything felt different. The same walls, the same rooms, but now she saw them for what they really were, built on lies. Tola laughed when she saw her, mocking her, asking if she had come back to beg, but Zainab stood tall, her voice calm and steady as she said she came back to take what was hers. The room fell silent as the documents were revealed, the truth laid bare for everyone to see. And for the first time, Tola's confidence cracked, her smile fading as reality set in. Everything she had built began to crumble in front of her, the lies exposed, the power slipping away. And in the end she lost it all, the wealth, the respect, the identity she had stolen. While Zainab stood there, no longer the girl they threw away, but the woman who reclaimed everything that was rightfully hers. And as the dust settled and silence filled the room once again, one truth remained clear. Sometimes life takes everything from you not to destroy you, but to reveal who you truly are. Because what is meant for you will always find its way back, no matter how far it is taken or who tries to steal it.